few too many how to be a feminist classes. Take a listen.
Most courts do not like that. They frown upon using something as a sword and a shield.
Reading the second part of your message, my heart sank. And,
The world of Hollywood is no stranger to controversy, but this particular legal battle is sending shockwaves through the industry. Blake Lively's team is in full-on crisis mode, desperately trying to contain the damage, while Justin Baldoni's legal team keeps hitting back, hard. So, what's really happening behind the scenes? Well, let's just say the battle has escalated beyond the two Hollywood figures at the center of it all. Powerful institutions, major media outlets, and PR firms are now being dragged into the chaos. The fallout from this lawsuit is set to shake the entertainment industry to its core. So, what exactly is going on? And more importantly, who's really telling the truth here? Let's break it all down.
Of flipping the narrative, playing the victim, and then leveraging her status to actually bully and mistreat other people. So
Justin and his team promised to start releasing all of his correspondence with her. They're saying we'll be an open book.
So I expect there will be at least some discussion of that when the court gets to it, but
one person who's ever suffered for your sins, okay? And it's not fucking Justin Baldoni.
Baldoni's lawyer claiming that the allegations against his client are revolting and false.
And Baldoni dust up with Blake Lively.
They want the public to see what actually happened. They want the public to see the context.
It's just as much a PR battle as it is a legal one.
How did this all begin? To fully understand the gravity of this case, we need to rewind to how it all started. Blake Lively, beloved by millions for her roles in film and television, found herself at the center of a legal war against Justin Baldoni, an actor and director best known for his work in Hollywood. At first, the details were murky, just whispers in the industry of a serious complaint filed against Baldoni. But then, boom. The news exploded onto the internet.
If they find a lawyer is going too far, if they find a lawyer is doing things that are unethical or inappropriate, they will step in and they will stop that lawyer.
What's fascinating to me about this request now, that Blake Lively's out there challenging the receipts and demanding...
Blake Lively's team has tried to put a gag order, basically, and shut Justin Baldoni's lawyer up.
Baldoni and his team are really just playing her game.
A confidential CRD, California Civil Rights Department, complaint had allegedly been leaked to the press, specifically to the New York Times. Not only was the complaint made public, but the paywall was removed, allowing everyone to download the full document, including private text messages and evidence provided by Lively's legal team. Now, think about that for a second. Normally, these types of cases remain sealed and private, but somehow, this one was out in the open for the entire world to see. At first, people rushed to Lively's defense, believing she had been wronged and was courageously seeking justice. But then, something strange started happening. Baldoni fights back with evidence. Unlike many cases where the accused stay silent or settle behind closed doors, Justin Baldoni did the unthinkable. He fought back publicly. Instead of rolling over and letting the scandal take him down, he and his legal team systematically dismantled the claims one by one. And here's the part that nobody saw coming. Instead of responding with counter-evidence, Blake Lively's team went into panic mode. Blake's gag order request, desperation, or strategy? With Baldoni dropping receipts left and right, Blake's next move raised serious eyebrows. She asked the judge for a gag order, essentially demanding that Baldoni stop releasing evidence that contradicted her claims. Now, in any normal legal case, this wouldn't be totally unusual, but here's where it gets interesting. Remember, it was Blake Lively's own legal team that reportedly leaked the confidential CRD complaint to the media. They set the stage by making this battle public, allowing the world to see only their side of the story. But when Baldoni responded by defending himself, suddenly, she wanted silence. Something wasn't adding up. The Hollywood insider speaks out, and it's bad for Blake. Then, just when things couldn't get any messier, a new voice entered the conversation, someone who had worked inside the entertainment industry, side by side with directors and actors. And what they had to say about Blake Lively? It wasn't pretty. This industry insider, who had past experience working in Hollywood, claimed that Lively has a history of flipping the narrative, playing the victim, and using her status to control the story. In fact, the source went as far as saying that Lively's ability to manipulate public perception was nothing new, and that this might not be the first time she's done something like this. For many fans, this was a shocking revelation. Could it really be possible that Blake Lively wasn't the innocent victim she portrayed herself to be? The power of public perception, and why it matters. Let's be real, Hollywood is all about image. It's not always about who's right or wrong in a legal sense, it's about who wins in the court of public opinion. And right now, that court is split. Blake's supporters insist that she is standing up for what's right and that Baldoni is just trying to save himself with carefully curated counterarguments. Baldoni's supporters, on the other hand, argue that facts don't lie, and if Blake truly had the evidence to prove her case, she wouldn't need a gag order to silence him. So, who's telling the truth? More lawsuits, more problems, what happens next? As of now, new lawsuits are emerging, adding even more layers to this already complex case. Legal experts believe this battle is far from over, and the real truth might not fully come out until more evidence is forced into the open. But there's one thing we do know. This scandal has changed the way people see both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and their reputations may never be the same again. Will Blake Lively recover, or has she already lost? At this point, it's not just about winning in court, it's about whether Blake can salvage her image in Hollywood. Because here's the hard truth, when a scandal like this explodes, it never just disappears. Even if Blake's team manages to find a legal loophole, the damage is done. But what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Blake in the wrong, or is Baldoni just playing the game better? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive updates.